The Origin of Stitch is a 2005 short directed by Tony Bancroft and Mike Disa, and this, as you can imagine, details the secrets of Stitch's origin and where he came from and who he really is. And it's actually got a really sweet message in that I'm not going to spoil, and I'm not going to ruin it for you because I think it's definitely worth watching. But as somebody who's not the biggest fan of Stitch, you may wonder why I watched it. First of all, I watch anything that Disney does because I'm just a Disney fan and I like to try different things. And I am. I've seen Lilo and Stitch 1 and 2. I haven't seen Stitch the movie. I will watch it at some point. But I thought I'd give this a watch first, and I actually found it quite enjoyable. The message in it, Stitch's emotions are so sweet, and it's really quite adorable, and it's quite fascinating. Stitch he actually breaks into Jumba's computer and is able to look at this information, and I really like the way the information is displayed on the computer screen. I feel like the animation there is really engaging, it's really easy to look at, it's very pleasant to watch. Jumba's role in this I thought was very enjoyable as well. I thought it was pretty good. I don't have too many in-depth thoughts about this as a casual Lilo and Stitch viewer. I wouldn't call myself a fan of Lilo and Stitch, but I definitely liked it a lot more the second time I watched it compared to what I remembered feeling when I watched it in the cinema when it first came out. And this I find to be very sweet and I quite like it. So even though I'm not the biggest Stitch fan, it still appealed to me and it still worked really well. Obviously, brilliant voice cast. The fantastic Tress MacNeille voices the Scanner, with Chris Sanders as Stitch and David Ogden Stiers as Jumba. I really like Jumba as a character. I think he's really great. So it's only a couple of minutes in length. I think it's under 5 minutes. If you're a fan of Lilo and Stitch, you'll probably love it. Although I'd be quite curious to know what you think of it if you are a big Lilo and Stitch fan. Do you find it brilliant, or is it not what you were expecting? Because I imagine your opinion will be coming from a different place to mine, and I imagine it might be quite different. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot more than I expected. I thought it was quite sweet. Still not yet fully motivated to watch Stitch the movie, but I will get round to it. If you think it's a good film and worth watching, let me know. I might prioritise it at some point. But The Origin of Stitch is pretty sweet.